Royal shocker. Princess Leonor walked down the aisle in 2025 ceremony. The chandeliers of Spain's royal palaces have seen centuries of weddings, coronations, and ceremonies etched into history. The expectation was always clear. Princess Leonor, heir to the throne, would one day wear the crown before she ever wore a wedding veil. But now, in a stunning twist, the world has been shaken by the news. Princess Leonor is walking down the aisle in 2025. What many believed would happen much later has come crashing into the present. And yet, this is not just about vows and a bridal gown. It's about a nation's future, a family's legacy, and a young woman's heart, all converging in one breathtaking, history-defining moment. The confirmation of this wedding sparked an immediate wave of emotions, relief for some, disbelief for others, and an electric curiosity that only deepened with every unanswered question. Why now? Who stands beside her at the altar? And what ripple effect will this marriage have not only on Spain, but on Europe's entire royal network? The first clue lies in the grandeur of the ceremony itself. The palace's silence broke with rumors of a historic venue, one that carries the weight of Spanish tradition and centuries of power. The chosen hall will not merely serve as a backdrop, it will become a living symbol of continuity, anchoring Princess Leonor's future to Spain's past. Each stone, each archway, speaks of kings and queens who have walked the same path, but none with the same global gaze focused on their every step. And then, the gown. A wedding dress is always more than silk and lace, it is a proclamation. Designed with intention, it reflects the merging of heritage and modernity. The whispers suggest Leonor has chosen a designer not just for beauty, but for meaning. Every thread carries a story, every detail a nod to Spain's enduring monarchy. But will this gown speak of independence, of a queen in waiting carving her own destiny? Or will it echo restraint, a symbol of loyalty to family and tradition? The anticipation doesn't stop there. Family tension simmers beneath the polished smiles. The Spanish royal family has long been a web of alliances and quiet struggles, each moment of unity balanced by subtle divisions. As Leonor prepares for her vows, advisors, cousins, and even European relatives circle this event like chess pieces on a grand board. Some see it as a victory, others as a risk. What compromises have been made behind closed doors to make this moment possible? And what promises are being silently exchanged alongside the public ones? Picture the morning of the ceremony. Leonor, alone in her chamber, rehearsing vows that carry the weight of both her heart and her throne. Her parents, King Felipe and Queen Letizia, exchange private words heavy with emotion, pride in their daughter, yet the quiet fear of a family forever changed. The bond between Leonor and her sister, Infanta Sofia, deepens in those hours, two young royals facing futures both united and diverging. The world, meanwhile, will not simply watch, it will dissect. The media's cameras will linger on every expression, searching for tension, surprise, or scandal. Who sits in the front rows? Who exchanges glances across the aisle? Which monarchs of Europe extend warm hands, and which hold back with cautious restraint? Each moment becomes a symbol, each silence a story. And then, the aisle itself. The moment that transforms speculation into reality. The grand music swells, sunlight streams through cathedral windows, and Leonor steps forward, a young woman carrying centuries on her shoulders. Every stride is watched not as a daughter's journey to love, but as a future queen's march toward destiny. But beyond the crown, beyond the throne, there is still the heartbeat of a girl in love, clutching tightly to the one who stands waiting. The vows, carefully chosen, will echo through history. Promises of love and unity, yes, but also the unspoken pact between monarchy and nation. This wedding is not only about two souls binding together. It is about Spain, about its continuity, about showing the world that the monarchy adapts, endures, and survives. The cheers outside the palace gates will not only be for Leonor the bride, but Leonor the heir, embracing duty and desire at once. But what happens after the confetti falls? That is the next loop of curiosity. How will Leonor and her partner navigate a marriage that is at once intimate and impossibly public? Will love flourish under the glare of the crown, or will the palace walls, heavy with expectation, test their bond in ways the world cannot yet imagine? As Europe's royals gather, another question emerges. Does this wedding strengthen Spain's ties with Denmark, Britain, and beyond? Will the young generation of royals, Leonor, Prince Christian of Denmark, Princess Ingrid Alexandra of Norway, Princess Charlotte of Britain, become the architects of a new era of monarchy, more human, more relatable, and yet more fragile than ever before? The ceremony itself will be a masterpiece of choreography. The music, selected not just for beauty but for symbolism. The floral arrangements, representing unity between Spain's regions. The guest list, blending tradition with modern diplomacy. Even the seating plan, a reflection of unspoken hierarchies and alliances. Every detail builds not only beauty, but meaning. And when Leonor turns to walk back up that aisle, no longer the bride, but the married heir, history will pivot. Spain will see her not just as the child they watched grow, but as a woman standing firmly in her destiny. The monarchy will gain not only a queen in waiting, but a symbol of continuity in uncertain times. Yet, the deeper truth persists. Beyond the jewels, beyond the pageantry, this is a love story. The stolen glances, the nervous laughter, the quiet strength between Leonor and her chosen partner. These are the moments that will echo in memory long after the ceremony fades from headlines. So, when the words, "royal shocker," were first whispered, it was not only about the unexpected timing. It was about the reminder that even in the world's most gilded palaces, love can upend tradition, accelerate destiny, and rewrite history. In 2025, as Princess Leonor walks down the aisle, the world will witness a story that is at once royal and deeply human. A story of love, duty, and courage that binds not only a couple but a nation, and leaves an imprint on history that will be told for generations. Because sometimes the most shocking truth of all is that behind the crown, behind the throne, and behind the history, there is still a heart that dares to love.